You might think that Christianity is just a bunch of fairy tales and blind faith, but it actually explains reality better than any other worldview. And I mean that honestly when I say that. I have yet to find any other worldview that better explains reality than the Christian worldview. For instance, it's a cohesive and logical framework that explains the deepest questions to life. Some of those questions would be origin and purpose and morality or destiny, right? And it explains these things with not only clarity, but also consistency. Let's just check out the framework of the biblical worldview real quick. We got Genesis. Okay, we have creation. So where did we come from? What is our origin? Well, Christianity offers an answer to that. Genesis 1:1, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Creation gives us inherent purpose and value and design. The order and beauty and intelligibility of the universe all point to a rational designer. Let's touch on evil and morality and sin. Genesis 3 describes the fall of mankind. The fall of man introduces death and suffering. Romans 3:23 says that all have sinned and fallen short of God's glory. The brokenness that we see in today's world isn't the result of randomness. It's the result of human evil, human sin. It's the result of human rebellion. Okay, well, let's talk on redemption or hope. Well, Christianity offers that as well. John 3:16 shows that God didn't leave us in our mess. For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him will not perish but have everlasting life. Romans 5:8, while we were still sinners, Christ died for us, despite our evil. So Christianity centers on a God who entered suffering to save us, who entered suffering that we started, that we created, that we choose to engage in daily. All right, so where is this all going? What kind of restoration is there? Well, Revelation 21:4 says he will wipe every tear. No more death and pain will exist. All of the evil that you see will be gone. So the Bible, it doesn't end with destruction. It ends with renewal. It ends with restoration. So, in short, why does the Christianity worldview make the most sense? It explains human dignity and why we care so much about justice. It accounts for moral truths and why things are actually wrong. In fact, everybody knows that things are wrong. Even if you deny that things are objectively wrong, you still act as if they are objectively wrong. You do this on the daily. In fact, by doing this, you show that God's law is written on your hearts, because Romans 2:15 says, they show that the work of the law is written on their hearts, while their conscience also bears witness, and their conflicting thoughts accuse or even excuse them. Now, the Christianity worldview also grounds meaning and love, suffering, and hope into something objective, not just subjective, not just I feel like this is wrong, or I feel like this is wrong, or I feel like this is right. It shows that this person suffering versus me who's not suffering, there's an actual difference there. Whereas if there is no God, if there is no objective morality, me not doing anything about this suffering person is just as morally valid as me doing something to help this suffering person, if there is no objective morality. And lastly, it gives a coherent arc from beginning to end, unlike any other secular worldview out there. So Christianity isn't asking you to ignore reality, it's showing you what reality actually is. So I would encourage you to repent and trust in Jesus. Don't rely on your hearts, because your hearts are deceitful above all things. Let God be true, even though every man is a liar. Thank you, and God bless.